Hello everyone, my name is Dreadkiller, and I have not produced a video on this channel for a while, so I thought I'd kick things off kind of again with my first ever Snapshot video. The 14W25A Snapshot came out literally just earlier today, so as far as I'm aware, no videos have been published yet, but as of this video being published, I have no idea. But I'm recording this probably a little bit under an hour after the snapshot was released, so this is going to be a pretty quick look at the features added in the snapshot. I haven't had a lot of time to test around with any of them, but as you see in front of me is three new blocks, and there's actually a fourth one underground that I'll get to later. But these are the variants of the Prismarine block. We have Prismarine, we have the Prismarine bricks, and we have the Dark Prismarine. Now, as far as I can figure out, there is no way to craft these two blocks, but there is to craft the normal Prismarine, and I will also get to that in a few minutes. It took me a few minutes, but I finally found one of the new fortresses, so I have a Respiration 3 helmet, and it's going to give me some night vision, and here we go. So this is the new fortress, and you see it is surrounded by a lot of these mobs. These are the new mobs that were the new hostile mob that was added in the snapshot, and an interesting fact about them that I figured out when I just came into this area is that they sometimes seem to attack players even when they're in creative mode. So I'm not sure if that is a bug. Yep, you see, like that. Just tried to attack me right there. Now the way they attack the squids, it's been known that they're supposed to be hostile to the squids as well, but if there was a squid around, maybe I'll just spawn one. Here we go. The way they attack is kind of interesting. And I'm getting a lot of frames. Okay, let me place one a little bit closer. You'll see they kind of shoot these little particle beams out, and those beams hurt the squid. I have no idea what the background story behind what that is or not, but they are obviously some magical creature. It kind of reminds me of the beams that the Ender Dragon shoots out, so perhaps they drain the life from the enemy and heal themselves up. Once again, I have not had a chance to test that, but here's the entrance to the fortress. These fortresses are actually pretty simple. You have an entrance on one side, and from what I can tell, I found two of these so far. This is the closest one. You go through the entrance and just basically go straight up, and there's a boss mob here. And I haven't actually killed this boss mob because I wanted to kill it on camera. So I have no idea what this boss mob is going to drop, but it is obviously much bigger than the normal mobs out here, and I'm not sure what the name of these things are. I killed one attempting to see if it would tell me what the name of it was, like if it dropped anything specific to what it is. But what it drops, I don't think that one dropped any, unless I can't find them. They drop these Prismarine shards and Prismarine crystals. Now you can use these Prismarine shards to actually craft in a 2x2 grid, and you will be able to obtain this Prismarine block, the normal Prismarine block. However, I tried smelting the Prismarine block. I tried crafting a 2x2 and a 3x3, and there is no way that I can figure out how to get the Prismarine bricks or the Dark Prismarine, which means they are probably only obtainable through this fortress, as far as I'm aware. But this mob, let's just see what it's got. This is obviously some sort of boss mob. Okay, it seems like this might be the way to obtain the sponge, that's kind of interesting. You get the sponge from it. So now I know that. I was looking for sponge earlier, and I thought it was just gonna generate, but I guess you find sponge by killing this boss mob, and these things do hurt. Let me turn myself into game mode 1 real quickly. I mean game mode 0. Let these things attack me. They don't seem to actually be attacking right now. Maybe if I attack it first. Okay, it seems to take a while for them to actually attack you. I'm wearing full diamond armor with respiration 3, and they don't seem to be doing a ton of damage. They're doing about 1 heart of damage, and before they get to attack me again, I'm healing up half a heart. So they're really only doing half a heart of damage. The only thing that would really be a threat is if they were to team up on you. But it definitely gives you plenty of time to go in and attack them. Yeah, doesn't seem to be as hard as they made it sound like it would be. Of course, I have no idea what that was. I keep seeing that flash in my screen, and I have no idea what it is. My oxygen almost ran out. So I'm gonna go kill myself and return back to the other area that I just was at. So over here is where I just teleported from. And down here, I have a comparison here between the sea lantern, which also I have no idea how to craft, and the glowstone. And if you look at the light level right here where it says 13 block, right in front of the glowstone it says 13, and right instead in front of the lantern it also says 13. So the lanterns and glowstone give off the same amount of light. However, if you break the lantern, it gives you between like 2 to 4 of these prismarine crystals. And as far as I can find, there is no crafting recipe for them to make the lantern again. Unless something like magical happens in this recording for some strange reason. I tried a 2x2 grid, nothing. And I tried basically every combination in a 2x2 grid and 3x3 grid with a mixture of the prismarine blocks, the crystals, and the shards, and I even included some glowstone and still couldn't manage to craft it. So I'm not sure if that crafting recipe is in the game yet or what it is, if it is. As you can see in front of you in the snapshot, potions are not rendering correctly. They have this little missing texture. That's kind of a strange way to say it, missing texture. But, however, on the other end, XP bottles work just fine. So I don't know what the issue is between the two different splash entities. There is also a debug command, which when I activate this, you're gonna see my frames drop drastically, because what the debug does, as far as I can tell, is it essentially turns on logging for basically every action in the game. So basically everything is currently being logged. So I'm gonna turn that off. I don't really see any use for this in typical gameplay. Obviously this is going to be something more for if there's a very critical bug that needs to be, well, debugged. That is essentially all that I can think of for this snapshot so far. It's some pretty cool features. I'd like to, it's going to definitely add some interesting gameplay mechanics to the game with a sponge. If that's the only way you can get sponge, then that's kind of cool, because then you have to actually go into the ocean, which is something that a lot of players try to avoid. But that is about it that I can think of at this current moment. If there's anything else I figure out, I will make another video, or I'll just send some type of progress report out. I don't know if I'll make another video unless I find a really important piece of information that has not been released yet. There will be plenty of other snapshot videos out by other people, so make sure you go check those people out as well. So I will see you next video.